Hi everyone. Well, I did some crafting, did some things work related with this file, and I was so excited I could not wait to share this with you. I'm actually going to make this file available for free to download on my blog because so many of you have said that you like the calendars that I bought for Project Life. I will post that video below if you hadn't had a chance to watch it. The calendars I have are a two-page spread, and it has all 7 days across 2 pages and shows what week of Project Life I'm in. Well, when I go to the store, the dividers are just so boring. I did find a set that I liked, but I needed another set of dividers in my planner. So I thought, well, let's try to make another practical use for the Silhouette Cameo and design my own pages and see if I can get it to cut and match. On my very first try, it completely worked. So I'm so excited that these pages right here fit the Franklin Covey Classic Edition. They also fit the Day Timer size 4. And I believe there is Day Runner as well. And I don't know the name of it, but in essence, these 7 holes, this type of binding system, is a standard system. It's called US 7. So if you have a binder that follows the US 7 code, then it should fit. But for sure, I know it fits Franklin Covey Classic and it fits Daytimer 4 because I have both of those sets. What it is the page is 8.5 by 11 and it has the 7 holes and they will perfectly cut out, and you can fit 2 pages per 12 by 12. So you can use your cardstock and move these wherever you want. If there's a design on the cardstock that you want to center better, you can move these away or delete one of them because I grouped them perfectly so that the holes will stay within that object for you. You're not going to have to worry about moving your holes and realigning them. They're already grouped for you. So those will be available as a free download on my blog, and I will show you those pages at the end of this video. Now the other thing I made were my own custom tabs. This is my everything binder, really. I can't carry a lot of stuff with me, but when I do, I want it to all be in one spot. So it has my planner, and when I go shopping, sometimes there's certain things I see that I've been wanting to buy, but I didn't because I knew I have some products at home already. So what I did was I designed these tabs. I think they're 2 inches in width. Let me double check. Yeah, they're a little over 2 inches in width. And what I did was I drew the tab and then I mirrored it, and then I drew a perforated line over it so that when the Cameo cuts, this will be perforated edge and I can just fold it over and tape it onto my divider. Now, so far I've done inks and embossing folders. Here's another one, Copic. If you want to color these tabs to match the cardstock that you'll be attaching them to, all you have to do is select that one item just like so, make sure the dimensions show, and then go over here and select whatever color that you decide you want to use. So you can also use the advanced options and get other colors off of your slider as well if you wanted, and it'll change accordingly. So then this will print and cut. It'll print out these letters. See, if I click on the no cut tool, you'll see that the only portions it cuts are the tabs themselves. All my letters are done with no cut, as well as these lines are set to perforated. So those will also be available for a free download. You can also edit these words if you want to. All you do is click on it and you can delete out the words and type in whatever tabs you want as well. So I hope you like these files, and let me show you some examples of what they look like in my Franklin Covey binder. Okay, so I just showed you the file on the Silhouette that I used to be able to cut out pages from scrapbook paper. So this one right here is from Webster's Pages, and I put this 12 by 12 sheet on my Silhouette mat, and used that cutout file, and it cut it perfectly. And since it's a nice thick cardstock, I don't have to worry about putting reinforcements or anything on it. Another thing I did, which I'm not going to show in detail here, is that I made another page right behind it with all of my personal information. So you can type all of that out on the silhouette, highlight the letters that you typed out, and click No Cut. Then it won't cut out all the letters that you typed, and you'll be able to print and cut your personal information sheet to be on thick cardstock just like this, and it will fit inside of your planner as well. So if it ever gets lost, then someone can return it to you. In the front of this, I just have my sticky notes like I had before. And let me show you some others that I have cut out as well with my silhouette. So back here, these are going to be ones that I'm going to label with tabs for my inventory. Again, these are more Webster's pages that I loved. I never ended up scrapbooking with them because I loved the images so much and just couldn't bear to cut them up. So this ended up perfect. I believe both of these were on the same sheet. No, must have been a different one. So I cut these again on the Silhouette Cameo with that free file that you can download. The link is below. And it cut it out perfectly, and it's on thick cardstock. So then I started working on some of the others, like this is another example of what I did. I took just a plain piece of white cardstock. I think this is that Georgia Pacific cardstock that you can get at Walmart. It's like 100 pages for $5, something like that. And I took with my silhouette and I typed Prismacolor colored pencils, 132 set. And I clicked on the no cut feature so that it just printed out for me, and it did a print and cut. This was cut out from my Prismacolor set itself, and I mounted it on here. And then I just used a piece of washi tape from Cami, hi Cami, and put that across the top in order to label those. So I did something similar with my watercolor set as well. I printed, this one I did a little bit different. Here I used the print and cut feature on the silhouette to write out Prismacolor pencils. I also imported this JPEG image directly off the internet, off of Prismacolor's website, and I imported it and put it right onto this file in the silhouette. And so that's not taped on or anything. That is printed directly on the page that was designed. And then I just added some washi tape again from Cami and put those on there to decorate that actual page. But this whole thing was created in the Silhouette Cameo software with that page file that I just gave you below. So that's what I'm doing with some of those pages, and then these are going to be some more of the dividers. The other thing I did was, say if you have those Lindy Stamp Gang Magical Micas like I do, again I did the same thing. I copied and pasted all of these little names of their Magical Mica sets, the JPEGs. I imported them into my Silhouette Cameo library and just put them right onto that sheet of paper and did a print and cut. And so there's my Lindy Stamp Gang Magical Micas printed on front and back. This is a set I don't own yet, so I just kind of put a flag on it, but all of these others I own. So that's a good way to keep track of your inventory, and the Silhouette is so versatile in that you can print and cut all of these files directly onto your sheets that you want to put into your divider. So let me just show you one other thing. This is a Franklin Covey binder. This system right here of these 7 rings, the standard system is called US 7. So if you have page protectors or anything that follow the US 7, it will fit in this binder. The other ones that are compatible is Daytimer size 4. I know that because these are all Daytimer size 4. They are also compatible with Dayrunner size 4. Dayrunner size 4 is just like Daytimer size 4. The other thing it's compatible with is the Martha Stewart Home Office Collection But there's a catch, so I want to make sure to clarify it for you so you don't make the same mistake I did. Right here, these are from Martha Stewart. This is a 5.5 by 8.5 page protector. The whole thing is just one sheet, and it has a little flap at the top so that things don't fall out. So that's a whole sheet. Those fit in here. The other is this one. It has 2 compartments. You'll see this line down the middle. And so you have a compartment here and a compartment here. And those fit perfectly as well. And they both have a flap on top of both of those pockets. The other thing that does fit from Martha Stewart is the one that has 4 pockets. And they all have a security flap on them as well. So I love those. So I'll show you those first. These are the ones that fit. It's the 5-pack, and it's the page protectors against, it's called Security Top Sheet Protectors. 5.5 by 8.5. Those fit. Same thing here. Security Top Sheet Protectors, and this one you can tell has the 4 on it instead of just one big sheet. And again, it's 5.5 to 8.5. And this one as well. Secure Top Sheet Protectors, 5.5 by 8.5. This one has the 2 separate sections, and those fit. What does not fit, even though they sell it in the same section at Staples, is the 6-inch by 8.5 inch. These holes are done in 1-inch increments all the way down. It will not fit. So if it says 6-inch by 8.5, the whole structure will not fit this structure here. Even though they sell it in the same section, don't be fooled. It will not work. I really loved these because they're pockets made with plastic, but I can always make pockets from scrapbook paper, so I will get over it and survive. But all of these fit as long as you get the ones that say the 5.5 by the 8.5. So that's how I've started putting my planner together. And let me show you my last week's notes. So last week's notes, I'm not going to go into detail about any of them, but this is just kind of how I started decorating. I had some washi tape that matches this paper, and I'm going to use some more down here to decorate the bottoms. I got this idea from, I think it's called My Purpley Life here on YouTube, and I forget her name, but she does, her pages are more plain. They're like the white Filofax sheets, and she uses washi tape to decorate all the borders and everything each week. The other thing I did was I printed and cut this on the Silhouette Cameo. So whenever I do take pictures, I can make sure to include those on my planner. Here's the Hello Kitty from Smash. It was on clearance. There was like 6 of them for $1.59 last week or something, $1.49 last week. So I went ahead and got that set and just marked the week that I was working on. Let me show you this real quick. So what you can do with your Silhouette Cameo is find a whole bunch of images that you already have. These are from Echo Park, from various different, and also AC Digitals. And so I just imported a whole bunch of them, put them on an 8.5 by 11, did print, and then did cut. And so all of these come off individually. So I have these cute little cameras. That's from the Dear Lizzie Neapolitan collection. There's also these. I think these are from the Dear Lizzie as well. Really cute. So those, these, they'll call them agenda stickers or planner stickers, but instead of buying some, I went ahead and print and cut my own. I sized them, I scaled them down. These were a bit bigger in their original files, and I scaled them down on the Silhouette Cameo so that I can print and cut my own little silhouette stickers. And so I know I have something coming up next weekend as well, so I labeled that. This allows me to, my life is so busy that I'm not going to remember everything as to what date it happened, and I want to make sure I do remember those. So when I do get to sit down and do Project Life, I can put those things down. There's things like the Boston Marathon thing that I put over here that I wanted to remember because my daughter's school principal was in that marathon, and it was an unprecedented event to
to lock down the entire city. So I thought that was something memorable. So I went ahead and made a notation of that here as well. So that's what I'm doing to kind of organize my life, plus project life, plus crafting all in one spot. And hopefully it'll help me stay more organized this year for my crafting as well as my life. And I hope some of these tips can benefit you as well in trying to balance everything along with your crafting. Thanks for watching.